Hi, so welcome to day 5 of our 12 days of mindfulness. Today we're going to be doing an eating meditation. So make sure you've got your piece of fruit or chocolate ready and we'll get started. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's have a little stretch so we can find our space, get comfortable into our seat. So whether we are seated on the floor or in a chair, we want to feel nice and grounded. Make sure we're nice and comfortable so our focus can be on what we're doing and not kind of how we're sitting or how we're feeling. Okay, so maybe just have a nice stretch up. Let's find a little bit of space into the rib cage, into the lungs, just lifting through the heart. And allowing ourselves, just maybe taking some nice deep breaths. Just remembering that breath in and out through the nose. Maybe just lifting up, maybe have a little wiggle of the fingers, exhale, just let the arms just flow back down. And just draw them up from the side, so we're just gathering some energy in, so just draw the arms up, lifting up, and then exhale, just let them float down to the front of us. We can do that again, inhale, and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we have a little roll of the shoulders so we feel nice and open, nice and ready. So we're going to be working with eating meditation today. So it's really working with our Manipura chakra, our fire center, our digestive fire, and that's obviously physically digesting food, but also about digesting ideas and kind of freeing up that area, which is quite nice coming into the new year. So we've got our piece of food in front of us, and what we're going to do, and some thoughts may come into as we're doing this, maybe think, oh, this is a bit silly, why am I doing it? Just let those thoughts happen. They come. And then just keep trying to bring your focus back to what we're doing, the suggestions that I'm giving you. Okay, so you want to be nice and comfortable. We're going to start with our eyes open. And then at one point I'll ask you to then close your eyes. So we can kind of start to, because we're going to use all our different senses to kind of taste, feel, touch, smell, the focal point for today, which is the food. Okay, it's Dorothy back. Okay, so whatever you have, I want you to pick it up and bring it to your hand. So maybe have the eyes kind of softly half closed. So we just hold it in our palm, just looking at the chocolate, the fruit that you have there. And I want you to look at this item as if you've never seen it before. So really studying it. Maybe touching it with the other fingers, the other hands. And just really looking at the texture. Maybe gently changing the angle of the hand, like looking it into the different areas of the light, looking at the way the light maybe reflects differently on the surface. Maybe just looking at any ridges, any dents in the fruit, the chocolate you might have there. If it's chocolate, maybe noticing it start to melt a little into the hand. So just letting your eyes kind of feast on the item you have. And then just bringing it up to the nose. And maybe the eyes can softly close. And just that nice deep inhale, exhale through the nose. Just let that sense of smell just pick up the scent of your item. Maybe noticing as if you've never experienced this before. There's something new you notice. There's a smell as you'd expected it to. There's something slightly different. And if you haven't finished peeling that bit of fruit, maybe just feeling the texture of just peeling it a little bit more. Maybe breaking the surface of the skin. Be feeling it between the thumb and the finger. Let the chocolate melt on the fingers. How does it feel? Does it feel a bit icky, or actually does it feel lovely and smooth? Just noticing your reaction to how it feels, to the different senses. And then just taking a piece and just not putting it in your mouth, just holding it next to the lips. Just holding it on the lips. Maybe just gently rubbing it gently on the bottom lip. Does the texture feel different there? Maybe just gently on the top lip. And maybe noticing what's happening in your mouth. Do you have a sense of the taste even before it's hit your tongue? Is the smell more intense than it was when you were just had it under the nose? Can you maybe feel the saliva starting to work in the mouth? And then just placing a little piece. Maybe if you need to bite, or can you just place it onto the tongue? Maybe you can bring the hands comfortably down onto the legs, resting them. And just holding the piece in your mouth. Maybe it's still resting comfortably at the front of the mouth. And just, so maybe just feel our attention just focusing there. Can we feel the shoulders relaxing a little so our posture feels more comfortable? And what are we feeling now? Do we feel we want to chew quickly and swallow, or are we happy just to let the flavours just fill the mouth? Is it time to chew it slowly? Or do we let it melt? Do we notice how the different parts of the tongue are reacting? Do we taste a sweetness, a bitterness, or something sour? Do we notice each of these tastes individually, or do we feel a sense of them all melding together? And do we sense something in the back of the mouth, the throat, a sense that you're ready to swallow it? Are you happy to let the sensation float around the mouth a little bit more? Do we notice anything happening in the tummy? Is the tummy ready to receive food? And then when you feel ready, you can let yourself swallow. And just sense the movement down through the body. It slips down towards the stomach. And just sense that nourishment of the food you've brought in. The food having the essence of the divine and bringing that in to nourish the divine within you. Do you still notice the flavour on the lips? Can you still smell the food you've eaten? Is there still a sense of it within the mouth? And how has the stomach reacted? Can you feel it there already, or is there still that anticipation of it making its way? Do you feel a little fuller, a little more nourished by the experience? So just sitting with those feelings. Do you feel you want to take another piece? Or do you feel satisfied with what you've already taken in? If you think you want to take another piece, then go through that same process. That observation. The smell. The feeling on the lips. The texture in your mouth. Noticing the different elements, the sweetness, the sour, the bitterness. Maybe tastes you haven't noticed before. If you've been in a hurry to eat something quickly. Noticing perhaps how much more satisfying it feels. And the body knows that you are nourishing it. Just feeling that throughout the whole of the body. Feeling that warmth, that nourishment down in the belly. Feeding that digestive fire. This is a little quote from the Bhagavad Gita. The process of eating is divine. The food itself is divine. The person who is eating it is divine. Therefore, eating is a process by which the eater makes a sacred offering to the divine. And the fire which consumes the offering is also divine. Thus, by seeing the divine in everywhere in action, one reaches that divine state. And we slowly come back to the body, just listening to the chimes, let them bring you back. When you're ready, just bring the hands into prayer at the heart. Just gently rubbing the hands together. And just bringing them over the eyes, just letting the hands warm the eyes as you look into that space. And then when you're ready, to slowly bring the hands down to your lap. Om Shanti. Namaste.